When you're a man that keeps every single emotion inside and pretends that everything is hunky-dory, everything's great, how long can you do that for before you explode? And that's exactly what he did. I guess the best place to start is at the beginning.
Yeah, this one looks like one of them old photo filters. You know, something about them glasses.
6 weeks ago, my husband, the love of my life, my rock, sat down and said he needed to talk to me. Long story short, he is not happy and wants a divorce. It's been 6 weeks. There's no way I would have been able to talk about this or even do this 6 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. I've been a complete mess, but I'm getting stronger now. And I want to document this and maybe help somebody else that's going through the same thing, because it is miserable. So he tells me that he isn't happy and wants a divorce. That's all. He doesn't give me explanations of why or what. I mean, we were in process of building a new home and moving to a small town. When I mean in the process, I mean everything was done. The architecturals, the design, everything was done. We were waiting for probably one more week. We would have had permits and we would have broken ground. We had just put a deposit on a bucket list trip to Italy for 2025. We, 2 days prior, sat down with a good friends of ours to put the finishing touches on a trip that we took with them every single year to the races in Sonoma. I mean, we're making grocery lists. He's sitting there watching me making grocery lists, knowing that he wants a divorce.
Yeah, we would have to get his side too, man. I'm sure she's not going to come out and say what she did wrong, because that's kind of hard for a lot of women to do.
What the hell? Anyways, he told me this and I was so devastated. I screamed, I cried, I begged, I pleaded. Please give me a chance. Give me a chance. I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I didn't steal. I wasn't perfect. I nagged. I did things that are not divorce worthy. But when you're a man that does not stand up for yourself ever, when you're a man that keeps every single emotion inside and pretends that everything is hunky-dory, everything's great, how long can you do that for before you explode? And that's exactly what he did.
Here we go. I knew it would come out. This is probably the energy he was done with right here. This type of energy. You know, you can kind of tell the little condescending tone. If he left you, it was probably you that made him eventually explode.
He let himself explode and threw me in the garbage can. That's how I felt. Exactly. I have given everything to this guy, taken care of him, loved him. I would have wiped his ass if I needed to as we got older. All that we've been working for the last 5 years is for our retirement and to travel and to do fun things together. We retired a year and a half ago. We paid off our house. We got rid of any debt we had, and we retired. And now he wants a divorce. Shock. I've never been shocked like this in my entire life. And I've been through breakups. I've been through shit. And I've never had feelings like this. So stay tuned.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Now, she did mention nagging and being annoying, but there's levels to it. When women pick arguments and just pick at men overall, pressing buttons, it's like 1,000 cuts. You know, over time, all those slick things that you were talking about and you said when you were arguing, a guy doesn't forget that. You know, just overall, like a woman likes to say, well, he held it in and he didn't let his emotions out. He didn't communicate. Well, if a guy communicates, it's minimized. You try to downplay his emotions. Some women are just too smothered, trying to press certain issues. You know, they might be stressed out and want him to be stressed out. And then here she comes, pressing his buttons. And I think one important thing to remember, right, is guys usually don't just leave the relationship like many women do. But let me know what y'all think, man. Why would a guy leave his girl after being together so long with her? What would make a guy leave? Hit me in them comments.
It's funny. She started out with attempting to take accountability, mentioning that she would nag and do things that, although bad, they weren't divorce worthy, which I guess that would be up for debate depending on what it was. Over enough time, people get tired of anything, especially if it's something you got to continuously repeat over and over again.
Yep.
But I think it's interesting how it went from that to her basically blaming him because he wasn't willing to express himself enough. And as a result, he ended up blowing up and taking it, whatever frustration or whatever he was dealing with, out on her by leaving her. I've said this before. People in general, they have a tendency when they're telling a story to always downplay their role because they don't want to make themselves look as guilty perhaps as what they look.
Yep.
And when you listen to a lot of women tell stories, they're going to exchange facts for what they were feeling at the time. And that's going to be the fact because of how they felt. And it really wasn't any accountability on her end.
Good point.
I seen a post where the man was saying that the girls got kids, but it ain't never been on dates. They have children, but have never in their life been on a date.
Is that what we doing? I mean, is this what's going on? Because I thought women were expecting 5-star dinners, saying no to coffee dates. Chicks is out here letting dudes bust them down, run up in them, no regard, reckless abandonment.
I swear, man. Yeah.
Raw dog Jamal. Without even taking them out for a scoop of ice cream.
I swear, man. I swear. I mean, a lot of these quote unquote raised standards with $800 first dates became much more prevalent with social media, OnlyFans, cam girls, sugar babies, women seeing other women gaming the system, scamming and getting over, right? And they want in on it too. They can't resist.
And to that, I really don't want to say nothing but this. You know, wanting men to treat you better, that is a great objective. But I want y'all to know that the objective means nothing if you still plan on sleeping with them despite how they act and treat you despite what they say. It really does not matter. That I ponder on this thought so much. I just be sitting around like, it's so wild to me to want to get online and say all the things that women say about men and this, that, and the third, only to go out into the real world, have a few mimosas, and get hot and bothered and still sleep with them anyway. It's just like, it was just never no point. It was honestly just never no point. All these dissertations and all these think pieces and all that, just to go out with your homegirl and you see somebody from afar and you still know you're gonna sleep with him if he say the right thing to you. Like, I don't think women want to be at peace with that part. They don't want to be at peace with the fact that, like, you know what, actually,
it is that easy.
if I want to, I'm gonna sleep with these men regardless of how they treat me because I just want some.
Bingo.
Some of y'all just gotta be cool with the fact that
You belong to the streets.
You cool with just sleeping with men. Just sleep with them. Like, you it's okay. And I'm not judging you for that. Because as a grown adult woman, you got agency. Okay, you got agency. But what I do think is corny is to take the long way around and to put on this mask of like, I'm only going to do it if you take me on a date, if you pay my bills, because I don't be going for nothing. It's strict over here. Knowing good and well it ain't strict over there. Like, you know good and well if that man look good and he give you that look, that's what's corny. That's what is corny. Because it's like, girl, just be at peace with the fact that, like, some men you not gonna take the long way around. I don't understand. Why is it so hard for some women to be honest about that? Why is it so hard for some of you to admit, like, you know what? For the right one, it all goes out the window. Like,
I mean, just be real, right? Like, it's just hard being real for a lot of these modern women. But let's talk about why they put on that front in the first place. Really, it's just positioning and trying to get that type of leverage to control relationships. In a nutshell, like, so they can be put on a pedestal, they can get what they want, so guys have to invest more. And they also like to downplay their enjoyment of having intimate relationships with men, right? Just a man's presence. They try and downplay what men bring to the table and hyperinflate their own value, right? But only a fool chases what will come to him.
And this is why I say, fellas, don't be out here trying to overly impress these chicks out here. Don't be out here wasting your time doing it. You put in and you get in the same type of energy they giving you when it comes to that level of attention, because if she really into you, she really want to get to know you, it's not going to take you having to spend a whole lot of money on restaurants and dinners and trips to go to Tulum and taking her out on vacations. Nope. It takes simply you telling her who you are, she being interested in you, and y'all getting to know each other on that level. And if she like you and she trying to talk to you, she gonna want you. Only thing that's gonna change by you opening your wallet up or you giving her all these experiences that she hasn't earned is she gonna look at you as the type of guy who she could spend and waste her time with until the guy who she does want comes around. But let's check out some of the comments. First comment says, it's really insane that women have kids with a person they were never in a relationship with. That's her standard. That's your standard. You don't require a relationship, so you don't get a relationship. That's what the expectation.
Exactly. Like, they wouldn't respect you anyways. Many of the women who see you jumping hoops will only think you a sucker who has no other options, right? Like, you might think you look good, you might be cool, smooth. They're gonna just assume that because you're doing all of this, you jumping through all these hoops just to get a regular woman who really hasn't really put forth anything, that hasn't really earned it, then you a sucker anyway. You're a lame. They're gonna put you in a lame category. And of course, a woman will gladly take the extra stuff. Who wouldn't? I mean, but contrary to what many of them might say, that hoop jumping don't really gain you any real points, right? They don't really like you. None of that really matters. They might talk themselves into it for a short period of time, but mostly overall, that stuff is cool. Cross it off their bucket list, give them some bragging rights, boost up their ego, but it won't really get them to like or even respect you. You know, a guy they like will come in, it won't even have to do half that. But yes sir, check out at CNC Reacts. That's the handle here on YouTube. Charles in Charge Reacts. Good dude, good content. Go ahead and check him out. Subscribe. And on this video, let me know what y'all think. Comment down below. Like, share, subscribe to support the channel. This is EK Real Spicy signing out. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.